ADHD in women and how it's affected me. So first and foremost, I want to get out of the way. Some people are wondering what were some of the reactions at my job / family when I shaved my head for charity. Well, not good. I kind of got suspended. No, it's not because of my hair. It's because I literally hate my freaking job so much. So we'll start off with 2 hours after I posted the first video I have up where it's just me before and after getting my head shaved. I decided to last minute post pictures of myself getting my hair shaven on Facebook because I realized I didn't really want that much attention when I first came into my retail job, and the reactions were still bad. The reactions were still bad. I remember being very nervous. I usually don't care what people think, but it's a human thing. When I was walking in, I was walking through the farthest register, and I looked to my left, and I saw my manager just shake her head and look down. And I'm thinking to myself, thanks, that's a great way to start today. Then I go get a drink, check out at one of the registers. No one said anything yet. And then I walk to my locker, go clock in. The head cashier hasn't said anything to me at all. And then I'm walking away from the counters to go to my register. And of course I'm get put as the busiest register again, because that's what happened to me Sunday. I'll lead up to where the reason why I'm telling you this. She goes, "Hey, how's it going?" And I'm like already walking to my register, so I'm pretty far away. And I just kind of decided to just get on register at that point. Then about 30 minutes to 45 minutes later, that same manager that was looking down, shaking her head, comes up to me. She goes, "Why did you cut off?" No, she says, "Why? Why'd you do it?" And I just look at her. I'm donating my hair. And then she goes, "You had such beautiful hair, though." And again, I tell her, "Yeah, and I donated it. It's not a big deal." Fast forward 3.5, 4 hours. I got a couple of people come through my line who are like, "Oh my gosh, you cut off all your hair, blah, blah, blah. What'd you do with it? Whatever." And then I am about to go on my lunch, and I get pulled up to the conference room area, and I get suspended for 2 days because apparently I had 5 complaints on Sunday because I have an attitude, because I am so tired of working at my job. You guys don't even know. Next Wednesday, I have a walk-in interview for a teacher's assistant at the middle school I used to go to. I'm terrified. I'm not gonna lie. I am so bad at interviews, and I've tried working on it before, but it's to a point. I look at it as if a lot of these places are desperate for teachers assistants. I just want to tell them that I'm tired of working retail. I want a 8 to 4:30 job, but I also want to have a real career where I want to move up to become a teacher, because I have an art degree and I really want to do something with it, and I have other things to say, of course. But one other reaction that I got, it was expected. It honestly was very much expected. Apparently my mom did not see my post on Facebook where I have pictures of myself getting my hair shaven, and I went home. Mainly because apparently she decided to contact me into helping her YouTube. I'm not saying who she is. I really don't feel like having her call me up at 2 in the morning and complain to me about it and tell me I'm a terrible person. She, when I walked in, I just walked in the door because that's what you usually do when you go to your parents' place. You don't knock or anything. I walk up to her and she goes, Weren't you just complaining about 2-3 weeks ago people thinking that you're lesbian?" Because I was joking around because I wear a lot of tomboy clothes sometimes, like flannels, and then kind of like cargo pants, mainly for work, because that's pretty much the dress code, is collars and jeans or cargo pants. Then she's like, is your significant other okay with this? And I go look at her, and I'm just like, yeah, he's the only one I told that I was going to do this, and he's okay with it. He's 100% okay with it. And then then she goes, "Well, if your dad ever saw me do this, he would bring my neck." I'm being kind of honest, guys. If she wasn't paying me to be there because I'm doing stuff for her YouTube again. I don't think I'd come back. There's a lot of more deeper situations than that, but I kind of just want to move on so I can talk about ADHD and everything. I just wanted to tell you guys some of the reactions that I got. So if you guys ever think about donating your hair, you really realize some of the people who are in your daily life aren't that good at people. So if you guys stayed for the first 5 seconds of this video is going to be talking about ADHD and maybe a couple other things. But I have been diagnosed since the age of 9 for ADHD. My mom made sure I get diagnosed because she was a special ed teacher at some point. And I didn't realize until a couple years ago how many freaking symptoms I have that I didn't know about because of freaking TikTok. Everyone says TikTok is terrible, but the fact that I was able to find out more about myself than ever before, because no one prepared me to know what ADHD is. I always thought that I was a little different and I was a little slow in certain areas, but holy Jesus, has TikTok helped me. So some of the things I wrote down is some tips that I've been following for the last year and a half that I created by myself. So when you are doing laundry, this might be actually a tip for everybody, but when you're doing laundry, do one load at a time. So when you bring down your laundry to your laundry area, put it in the washer, wait for it to get washed, switch it over to the dryer, wait for it to get dried, take it out of the dryer, bring it upstairs, fold it, and put it away. Don't do 4 loads of laundry at the same time and then put it in the dryer at the same time, only to bring it up to see 4 baskets full of laundry, and then they end up staying in there, not folded and put away for 5 to 7 business days. Because let's be honest, a lot of you guys are like, oh, why do we have to put it away? The feeling of putting away laundry, especially clean, I love using this laundry soap called Zum. Patchouli Zum. When I tell you guys, you don't have to use perfume to get compliments. You just have to use that laundry soap. Using your favorite laundry soap helps too, because honestly, the dopamine rising just by smelling those smells. So number 2 is for people who are poor like me, who literally are only making the rent by $10 sometimes. Find a hobby that's cheap and start off with the cheapest supplies first. I learned this the hard way. I have way too many hobbies I've started that have hundreds of dollars into them. I have over 200 Funkos, and I don't know if you guys know this. When you have a hobby and you're ADHD, sometimes it can last a month, but sometimes it can last 2 years and get you into a lot of debt. And that's what's done for me. Some free hobbies would be like going for a walk, getting cheap paint and painting, going fishing. Something I do, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who does this, but I go on drives or whatever with my husband, and we go drive around our town and look at really nice houses. It makes me sad kind of, because I don't think I'll ever own a house, and if I do, I'm gonna be in my late 30s if I'm lucky. I've noticed a lot of my writing right now for things I want to talk about is very out of order. Discouragement on social media with ADHD brain. Oh my god. So I have been on TikTok since 2021, I would say. I remember my phone was messed up for a good few months, and then March I was able to upgrade to the 12 SX Max, or this 12 Max, 12 Pro Max, and I was finally able to start recording. When I tell you I started from the bottom of not knowing anything, I really did. It was, I'm not saying I'm a professional, but I look at some of my old videos on my Shibaka 6000 TikTok, and they're rough. I started off trying to do art. That's the whole reason I got TikTok, is trying to get on the For You page for art, whatever. And I ended up not understanding the For You page at first for a good while. I would say 3-4 months I didn't understand it. And I ended up getting on the Funko side of TikTok, as well as the Marvel Star Wars video game side of TikTok. Honestly, if TikTok wasn't around, I don't think I'd have Funkos right now. I honestly have to say, for a good few years, I would say 2018, I told myself I'll get 6 of them for each area that I love. Star Wars, Marvel. I got a Stephen King one. That was technically my first one, and I'll stop at that because I don't like buying things that are like that. And TikTok really, really got me on that. Yeah. I haven't really collected any in over a year, mainly because I saw a video of a landfill full of them, and I'm kind of tired of the recreates because I don't feel like creating any new ones, so they'll just have the exact same one over and over again, but a little different, along with the fact that every celebrity, no matter what, needs to have their own Funko. It's getting out of control. I'm tired of it, so I haven't collected any in the last year. Discouragement on social media. You're gonna get bad comments, you guys. Everyone gets bad comments. The reason why I'm remembering the main person I remember getting a bad comment. So he's an artist on not TikTok, but on YouTube. Has about 500,000 subs. Pretty successful in my eyes. I went to see one of his videos, and I'm sorry, he's one of those YouTubers that I just get so excited for when I see him upload. And I went to the comment section. There's straight up a Karen who's giving him advice on a watercolor painting, telling him he needs to block out the whites instead of going in with a white gel pen. I'm sorry, I didn't even have to go see the other comments that were commenting on that comment to know that she was getting ripped. Because you're seriously going to comment this on someone who's this astounding as this iconic as an artist. He's turned down Disney, you guys. And that's what made me really realize you gotta keep the comments up. You gotta keep the comments. People say, well, I'm just gonna block them. I mean, you can block them, but they're the ones who are commenting because they're insecure. Let them comment. Let them blow up your TikTok. You know how many times I've accidentally posted something on TikTok on my Chewbacca 6000 where I'm incorrect on something? Within 40 minutes, I will get 20 comments saying, you want to let her know? Because apparently she didn't know about this. Oh my God. I'm so tired of people trying to be right on all the freaking time. All the time. People can't be incorrect for 5 seconds. Random side note thought. If you guys look, I'm playing SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. Why is this area so freaking difficult, but yet I was able to complete it at age 8? I would even told myself I'm not giving myself more than 10 minutes to get this done. And it was incomplete. I don't think I'll ever get it done, to be quite honest. But somehow my 8-year-old self was able to do it. So how is this possible? This one is for the females who have ADHD. What I have noticed, I would say in the last 3 years, your periods suck. And by periods, I feel like our periods mentally are so much worse than others. I'm sorry, but I'll be honest. I'll tell some of my managers, hey, I'm on my period. I'm not going to be on my game right now. So if you put me at service desk, I'm probably going to ask stupid questions that I already know the answers to. Because it's just, I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. So the only thing that I have to give you for advice on that is prepare. Prepare yourself. You're going to have 2 to 3 days, sometimes before your period, sometimes during, that you aren't going to be there fully mentally. I'm going to be quite honest. And it's crazy for people to be to not understand. I get so much backlash for when I'm on my period because I am so mentally vulnerable. I will seriously shake sometimes. It's so bad. Leading into another point of talking is fidget toys. It's okay to spend money on fidget toys. I feel like a lot of people give you backlash on fidget toys, and it shouldn't be that way. Fidget toys are for everybody, regardless if you have ADHD or autism. I am obsessed with fidget toys. I will spend $20 on a slime. I don't care. I'm sorry, but I know for a fact that slime is going to last me 6 months to a year, I will definitely drop that money. And I have a slime that's clear. It's really cool. From Target. $20. No, $10 to $12, I think. And I've had it for 3 years now. I'm sorry, but that's a good slime. Honestly, if I become a teacher's assistant, that's probably going to be the number one thing I carry on me is multiple different fidget toys. I have so many. I think I have at least 6 I can carry on me. Honestly, I really hope I'm a decent teacher's assistant. I am so freaking nervous just for the interview, and then I realize if I get this job, I'm gonna have to. You just forget about that. that you have to deal with. You're going to have to like start thinking different, because I've been at retail for 4 years now, and some of the people I have to deal with who are adults really scare me, honestly. And I would rather deal with a kid over an adult any day. I'm going to be quite honest. I am so tired of being physically threatened. I'm tired of hearing people be physically threatened at the returns desk. I'm tired of having shitty hours. Honestly, I think this will be a good job for me. Electronic music. Why do I love this so freaking much? Guys, there's not enough studies of people with ADHD. I'm going to be quite honest, because up until about, let's say about April, I would walk every day. Say like February 19th is when I started walking a day every day for 100 days. And I discovered electronic music. And when I tell you, I find some of these songs and it just feels like oh my gosh, I love it so much. My favorite one is Resonance. It's really popular on TikTok, and I've listened to that song on repeat on my hour-long walks multiple times. The amount of daydreams I can get through listening to that song. One thing I really wish they would do a study on is people with ADHD and autism and doom scrolling, social media, and how we get ourselves to dial down on social media. To me, YouTube, not as bad as the rest, because we have longer videos. Our dopamine isn't with it like 30 seconds to a minute, sometimes less. And I just don't think that's a good way to get entertainment and to get our dopamine up there. You know what I mean? Mark Manson recently came out with a podcast with another person who's studying the generation, pretty much my generation, so 97 to 2005, who were born, and the use of social media, and how they are saying that kids really should not be on social media until they are at minimum 16 years old, which I wholeheartedly agree. When I was 14, I started Facebook, and that was even too much. I'm going to be quite honest, my depression was so bad my senior year. It was insane. And all I would do is scroll on Facebook. If I wasn't with my boyfriend at the time, or I would say I wasn't even that many close my senior year. It was that bad. I would either be on Facebook or with my boyfriend. That was it. When I tell you guys, we really need to wake the fuck up as a generation. It's gotten to an extent, we're so bad managing our social media phone times that there's states out there now that ban the use of phones at all during school hours, which I honestly agree with. The only thing I can say is maybe let them listen to music if they're doing a project, but it's to an extent you're still zoning out other people. You're still not there present in the moment. So switching on to my last topic is going to be a topic I want to talk to you about that has to do with my walk-in interview for a teacher's assistant. It's kind of very an ADHD, non-neurotypical thing that I want to do. So Wednesday, my first official day off of being suspended, I went to the library and got my resume filled out. So I got my cover letter, then my resume, and then my transcripts. I still have to get not my letter of reference, I have to get my recommendations of people, if that's the word I'm looking for. And I decided to make it more interesting, because that's how my brain works. I don't like being boring. And I'm pretty sure if I get interviewed from some of these teachers that I used to go to middle school and get taught by, they might understand in my thing about myself, because that's what you do in cover letters. I talked about donating my hair, why I donated my hair, where it's going to, and then I talked about some of the because I'm going to be painting some cartoons on the cover of my folder that who are also bald, who inspire me, who I feel show a lot of integrity, stuff like that, who have taught me a lot, and I just wanted to make it interesting because I also have an art degree, so it's kind of why to show my art abilities. I'm contemplating if I want to do that, but I look back and I'm like, no. I feel like everyone's gonna be like, oh, you need to be more professional. I'm trying to get a teaching assistant job that so many people don't want. They have four full-time positions available at the school that I want. I look at it as long as I'm just so scared about the interview, you guys. I'm so scared they're gonna ask me curveball questions. I am terrible at interviews. If they just want to ask me why I want the job and you got the job, I don't give a shit if it's a $1 to $2 pay cut at this point. I don't care. I just want a job that I won't be on autopilot for 8 hours, where I won't have to deal with a guest for only 30 to 60 seconds. I actually can deal with talking to someone who isn't just someone who I work with for literally less than a minute. That's why I got irritated on Sunday. I'm tired of being an NPC, you guys. I'm tired. I want to do something more worth my time. Well, that's really all I have time for. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, for the 4 to 5 people who actually fully watched this video. And if you did, and you're not the normal person who comes on by, thanks. I looked at the views for my last video, and it's creeping up to my most viewed longer video I've had. And that means a lot to me, to be quite honest. It's nice being heard sometimes. Bye.